Hey everybody! Um, so it's been a really long time since I filmed one of these, and I kind of have been failing lately, so sorry, but it's time for book banging again after many months of silence. This month, Kelly has been extra mean to us and made us pick one and only one, our number one all-time book boyfriend. This is torture because there's so many I could choose from. But it probably comes as no surprise to anybody that I chose K.L. Westfall. Why did I choose K.L.? Why did I not choose K.L.? K.L. is loyal. He, not just to Selena, but to his friends. He is honorable. He loves Selena so much and expects nothing in return from her. This video is probably going to be gibberish because I get really flustered when I think about K.L. because I love him so much. I fell in love with him from book one. Even when the love triangle between Dorian and Selena and K.L. was going on, it was always Team K.L. for me. And then Crown of Midnight happened, and I fell in love with him even more. And then Air of Fire happened, and I felt like I died a little bit because I love him so much. And I'm really scared about what's happening to my ship people. We'll get to that shortly. So yeah, Kale is super swoony, he's sexy, he's captain of the guard, which you all know that I love captains of the guard, or any man in uniform. And I wanted to, since this is just talking about one book boyfriend, I wanted to share parts of the books where I fell even more in love with him. These could be spoilery, so if you haven't read these books, I recommend leaving now, because I'm about to spoil you hardcore. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to leave, and then I'm going to get started. Are you guys gone? Spoilers coming ahead. Get out if you haven't read this series. And while you're at it, get out and go read the series. Alright, so let's start with Throne of Glass, the very first book in this series. And I just wanted to share some moments where I fell in love with him. Let's see. Sorry, let me get my bearings. Of course, these bookmarks are really nice, these magnetic ones, except for that I can never tell which page I marked. Did I mark this page, or did I mark this page? I don't know. Oh, this is the first time that Selena meets Kale and thinks about him, and I just thought it was really funny. This is nothing really Kale did. This is kind of my love for Selena, but I wanted to share it anyways. First meeting of Kale, she goes, in her head, "Oh, it'd be nice to see his blood spill across the marble." And Kale responds after she's thinking this with apparently a look of murder on her face. "Don't you look at me like that." He knew from the start that she was dangerous. And then there's this moment. Okay, so this is like a big deal. I'm going to talk about why this is such a big deal. I'm going to read like a kind of long passage. Sorry, don't care. You guys will probably love it. "I brought you a present." He felt immensely foolish and for a moment considered running from her rooms. "A present," she said more clearly, turning toward him and blinking. "It's nothing. They were giving them out at the party. Just give me your hand." Skip down a little bit. "Here." He placed it in her palm. She examined it, smiling drowsily. "A ring. How pretty." This is the moment when Carol gives her the ring, and this ring becomes a very important symbol of their relationship. And at the end of Air of Fire, spoilers, guys, major spoilers. Like, if you haven't read Air of Fire, please get out. At the end of Air of Fire, she takes the ring off. What does this mean, Sarah Moss? Why are you messing with my ship and my emotions so much? I've been talking to Wendy about this, and seriously, we're very concerned about our ship, and if our ship goes down, I don't even know. I'm gonna freak out because Kale and Selena is truly like my OTP. They're just perfect together, and I really don't want this to get messed up. Please don't mess this up, Sarah. Please, I'm begging you. Anyways, that's the moment he gives her the ring, which is one of my favorite moments. And then lastly from this book is the part where she's fighting Cain in the final like battle to be the king's champion. And she falls to the ground and she can't get up. And Kale is trying to like encourage her from the sidelines. He's telling her, get up, Selena, and she's not listening to him. And then this part happens. Selena, Kale said gently, and then she heard the scraping noise as his hand came into view, sliding across the flagstones. His fingertips stopped just at the edge of the white line. Selena, he breathed, his voice laced with pain and hope. This was all she had left, his outstretched hand and the promise of hope of something better waiting on the other side of that line. He stretched his hand out to her, and it's what gave her the courage to stand back up. I'm fine. I'm really fine. I'm not fine. I love them so much, guys. Then we go to Crown of Midnight, where Kale truly stole my heart because we actually get to see them together for a little bit, and it just is wonderful. This is one of my favorite quotes of all of the books. Kale says, I know you can look after yourself, but I worry because I care. God's help me, I know I shouldn't, but I do. So I will always tell you to be careful because I will always care what happens. I have no words. I have no words. I just love him. And then there's the time where she really wanted to dance at the festival. And Kale's mad at her because he can't control his own feelings, so he takes them out on her. And Selena says, I heard the music and I just wanted to dance for a few minutes, to just forget everything for one waltz and pretend to be a normal girl. So, she glared at him now. Go ahead and snarl and snap at me about it. What will my punishment be? 3 extra miles tomorrow? An hour of drills? The rack? There was a sort of bleak bitterness in her words that didn't sit well with him. And yes, they would have a conversation about abandoning posts, but right now, Kale stepped up to the line. Dance with me, he said, and held out his hand to her. And then they danced together! Okay, calm yourself, Becca. And then this beast of a book happens, and just rips my feels apart every time I think about it. I'm going to reread this, all 3 of them, before Queen of Shadows comes out, and I don't know if I can handle rereading Heir of Fire again, because I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to, like, sob my eyes out the whole time reading. The whole time, guys. It's very emotional. Let's see. The part where Selena and Kale aren't together like hardly at all in this book, and I really miss them together, but I also really loved seeing the other parts to Dorian, which are the parts of him that are super, super loyal to his best friend, Dorian. And oh man. This part, major spoilers, guys. Kale kept his sword drawn. I will not go to Aniel, he growled, and I will not serve you a moment longer. There is one true king in this room. There always has been, and he is not sitting on that throne. Boom! Take that, King of Adarlan! What up, Kale, Dorian? Best bromance ever. And then when he's running from that scene after, you know, Dorian goes crazy and the king, like, kills Sorsha and then everything's just erupting in madness because Dorian's using magic and Kale has to run because there's nothing else he can do. What does he stop to get? Fleetfoot. Selena's dog. He stops to give Fleetfoot so that he can save her dog, who she loves with all her heart. I can't tell you guys the level of love that this man has for her, and if this ship gets messed up, I swear I'm gonna sob violently and stay in my bed for weeks at a time, unable to recover from my broken heart. And that is why I love Kale Westfall. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now because I feel like I'm just spouting gibberish. And I actually am going to talk about one more guy because I get a Hot Man of the Month, right? Yeah, you can't just sequester me to one man this month, Kelly. But I'm sure you'll love who my Hot Man of the Month is. It's Kingsley Edge from the original Sinners series, which I've talked about in my new feature called Bird in a Fishbowl, which I'll link to below if you want to check it out. This is an erotica series that Kelly recommended to me. And I started reading it and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And Kingsley Edge is a new top 5 book boyfriend. He is super confident. He's super loyal to his people. If you are Kingsley Edge's friend, You never have to worry about a thing because he will always protect you no matter what. He looks out for his own, regardless of his own well-being. He would throw himself in front of a bus for the people that he loves. And I just love him, and he's French, and he speaks a lot of French, and he has a French accent, and he wears these super sexy riding boots, and I just, whew, Kingsley Edge makes me hot. So that's all I got for you guys this month. I hope you enjoyed this rambling, nonsensical video, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!